So, welcome back. I'm going to sit down tonight and paint and get all these base colours on. I keep putting off and putting off. But I've got the map book, I've got my map to copy off, and I'm just tracing the red lines. I had an amazing idea at lunchtime today that I was going to spray textured paint on, thinking that the black undercoat I'd done would protect it enough. I was wrong. It's eating into it quite a lot, but I'm going to roll with it, and it's actually giving me some nice definition in places, so I can sort that out. That's not a problem, and I'll fill it with the flock and sand and bits. I've put sort of light sand on some of the mountains just to give it more of a rocky appearance. So they're going to be greys. I'm putting in the red lines at the minute. Just need to walk down the paint so it sinks in, but where the spray paint has melted it, I've lost my Provence lines, which means all that time I spent doing it, a bit of a nightmare. But this is how we're looking. Pretty happy with it. I'm just going to go across the bottom, or the bottom of the board, so Africa, and then I'm going to start filling in all the blues. I'm going to do this last because that's going to be like my rubbish pile. I'm just going to keep sweeping all the bits into there and hoovering it up. Sock over the end of a hoover means that you can recycle all your flock, pour it back into the tub. Little trick I learned. But yeah, there we go. North Africa. Easiest one, I think. So I'm cracking with that now. I wonder how well this will come out. I gave up doing the red lines because I thought it's probably one of the last things I need to do, a detailing piece, and it'd be quicker to not have them, so I can just paint over it all. I've done the water for now. Try to give it some depth. The map's not so good for the water. Obviously the Atlantic Ocean off sort of the northwest coast of Spain, Britain, France, dark, feed into the Mediterranean, and then some sort of deeper areas. So hopefully that does stand out. Easy pour is going to go on that, make it look like water. Cool, happy. It looks pretty good. I'm happy with it, very happy with it. And now I've got the camera on it. It looks good. Rocks next. Greys. Let's do it. So I've done like a good coating of water. I need to go into some areas like now it's dry, where PVA underneath has come through. You can see it clearly. I'm going to go into all the coastline at the end, make it a bit light, a bit like wash. So I need to do the edges of the coast, which I'll do in a bit. But what I'm doing now is just bringing these mountains up with a dry brush. So I've got black undercoat, and then I've just done a black and white mix with a bit of yellow in, and then I'll just do a number of stages on this now, but see if you can see a difference. There we go. And all I'm doing as well is just sort of blending into the surrounding area, because obviously these are base colours, and there's going to be the grass flock or bits of clump foliage to be the forest blocks, a bit of brown for the wooded areas underneath. So this is right at the bottom, but happy, coming along nicely. I'm going to do all this at the end as well. Just a little update. I can't remember what I said in the last one, so I might repeat myself. Sprayed texture paint down, melted it, not a problem, it's giving more texture. Also need to go and fill in around the edges down here, the gaps up here. That'll get covered with flock and a bit of filler in that, so that'll be fine. The green, the idea is you won't see any of that paint anyway. It could be grass and flock, so I've got it all lined up there, good to go. Start mixing it up and put it down. I have done the Alps, the mountains, Pretty happy with them. I've got snow to go on top of there. I was about to start flocking this area. The water's dried really dark as well, so it doesn't look as good as it was. I think I mentioned that. Roads, my eternal enemy, is falling off again. I need to remember I've got Malta down there. But before I was about to just practice on this province here, and I decided before I flock it, it'd be easy to put the little pivot in and put the pins in, the magnet. So I've started magnetising the provinces. Just down here, I'm going to work my way up and around. And all I'm doing, where's my little tool? So I've got quite an expensive tool, it's a wooden skewer. Then going off my MacBook, I'm just scrolling across. Let's do Petra next. So Petra's going in, a bit higher. Happy with that. Just making a sort of like impression around it. Dabbing some glue in. So I've got super glue, which also keeps eating the foam, but it's all good. Ooh. Travelling up. Get a little press down, and that's him in. So I'm just going to finish off the rest, and then yeah, I think Africa is going to be the easier area to do. So my plan is, oh, get out of the way. Yeah. Okay, so I've got a river section here, which you can faintly see the line I put in previously. That I can press down with a skewer and then I'll paint that. Then you've got grassland and then thinned out like forest blocks. So what I'll do is that'll be clump foliage like that to show dense foliage, wood blocks going across, and then it'll be like a scattering around it of smaller like wooded areas with probably a mixed flock to go in. So that's what the provinces will all look like. That's probably a bit too light for what I want to do. I've got wide range. I've even got static grass, which I might do, but we'll see how we go. Started to come again together. I've had to like alternating provinces because we're just brushing the flock over, I think, and being able to see the lines. But once I've put the flock on, I've used neat PVA, and I've just been giving it a brush to clear out the province lines, which I'll go in again. Completely forgot to put rivers in here, and then start flocking, got carried away, so I'll have to catch up on that again. So this is obviously North Africa. I don't know how it's going to look on camera, but it's got a green tinge to it, that's what I want. And now the plan is to sort of like blend this and this together through Spain, Italy, Greece and Turkey, so it's not too sharp a contrast. Yeah, that's the next stage or so, I suppose. Get all these done. Then I'll do the blending across the middle. North Africa's kind of there, and then it's like Saharan, which is, I'm quite happy with the Sahara texture wise. I'll probably just paint it as it is. Lots of dry brushes, just get it up to like a yellowy standard. Yeah, it'll be alright. Much better than expanded foam.